Oh, I was being dumb. I was being very dumb. Sorry. Plus sound is clipping? No, we are. Hi, 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 hi. Sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. Let me fix that. Wait. Okay. Alright. Hello, now I can talk. Hi, hello. Hi, Prof. Hi, Sandro. Hi, Janju. Hi, Jampo. Hello. Hi, Brian. Hi, Zod. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello. How are y'all doing? How is it going today? Are you treating yourself right? What time? What day is today? Today is Thursday. How is this Thursday going? You literally need motivation? Not today, Pasba. I'm so sorry. Not today. Today we're not working. Why is it a stressful day? What's going on? Are you okay? Can we help you in any way? How do I hide this thing? Go hide somewhere else. Hi. I don't know how to do things. Wait. I need to hide this one. Right under ear. Ah, let's go. I fixed it. Too much work to be done before the holidays? Oh shit. We're not studying today. Today we're not studying. Today are the worst days of the year coming, Christmas and New Year's Eve. Holy fucking shit. Yes, I relate entirely with you on that one. It's gonna be a good period, for sure. How are you gonna celebrate, how are you gonna spend Christmas, chat? How, do you already have something planned? Oh my god. Hi, JJ. Hello. We have a new emote. Let me load it up, I think. Oh, I need the image. Okay. Wait, relatives? Yeah, I put a new profile picture. What do you think about it? Today I'm thinking about chit-chatting a little bit. Sorry Rua, for screaming. For today I was thinking about chit-chatting a little bit, staying a little bit together. I don't know, I'm in the mood of being cozy today. I worked enough in these 2 days, even if it looks stupid. I've been working a lot. But The Sims, I downloaded the mod to have more than 8 people, a maximum of 100 people in the same lot. So we have that one, but okay. Scam. Upload. I'm just gonna change this one with, this one is gonna be, oh, there's no spots anymore? Wait, I'm trying to understand how to make things. You're gonna love this new emote, I'm sure about that. Okay. You dislike makeup so much? Alright, cool. You spend Christmas with your family and your boyfriend family. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Do you guys also have this feeling that when a woman shows up with no makeup, they actually look surprisingly beautiful? That is the cringiest. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. It depends. For me, makeup is more of a shield, so I feel better, you know? Women, okay. Let's move on from the conversation about women with makeup. I think that it's a very tricky place to be. Jake! Jake, thank you so much for the 5 months. Thank you for misclicking for 5 months. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. Wait. Do you see this? It's fine. I do like football. Please, senpai, be my New Year's kiss. What is happening today? What is going on? Wait, say hi, chat. Say hi, everyone. I'm gonna put you on Instagram for the story saying that we're going live. I'm gonna do that one. Say hi, everyone. Say hi, hi to Instagram. Hi, hello. Scum. I smell? What do you mean? I don't know. Instagram smells. Okay. Okay, cozy. Mike! It was only a joke. I know, it's fine, it's fine. Mike, thank you so much for the 3 months. Pumpkin, you look beautiful today. I will, you look very calpestable. Like, you got it. You got what I mean. But wait, let me do the Instagram story. I don't know. Today I feel so much in the mood of like being chill. Like I feel that it's because like I'm gonna say something cringe. Hold on to your seats. I'm gonna say something cringe. Hold everyone. Wait. Let me also get this. Hold on everyone. I'm gonna say something cringe. Please hold on to your chair. I feel like I haven't been home for so long. Like, and home for me is also being here in this this setup with you all. Also like in a cozy place that I feel like today I need to be in a cozy situation with all of you. Plus I feel like I don't know, holidays are coming up and I feel like, I don't know if it's the same for you all, but with the holidays coming up, I feel like the seasonal depression coming even more further. So like I need a day like this. I don't know what you think. How cringe was this? From 1 to 10. From 1 to 10, how cringe was it? I'm feeling good, Venky. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling very okay. No one wants to work? You are my family? Yes, you kind of are. Like, to be honest, that was fine. Okay, Fadia says it was fine, it's fine. To be honest, I prefer you to my family. If I could, like, do a dinner, like a Christmas dinner with you all instead of, like, with my family, I think at least one side of the family, I would love that. I'd love that. But how are you doing? How is it going? Wait. Like I was like I had an issue with my AirPods. When put too much expectation on Christmas, yes. If you pay for that, it's fine. My mom. Sei live, dimmi.
No, mi è venuto in mente che domani mattina alle 9:40 ho il vaccino
Il vaccino di cosa?
dell'influenza,
Oh, ti fai il vaccino dell'influenza.
come i vecchiotti.
Ti fai il vaccino dell'influenza come i vecchiotti.
Sì.
Oh. E
Per
quindi?
cui,
E
e
quindi
quindi cosa
niente?
faccio? Vado
Niente?
adesso?
Sì.
Adesso faccio girare Floyd, te
Sì.
lo mando su e vado adesso
Ok.
di corsa.
Va bene. Va
Va
bene?
bene?
Ok.
Ok, ciao
Ciao,
ciao.
ciao, ciao. My mom had my mom my mom got like is getting like tomorrow morning she has the vaccine for like the vaccine for the flu. So like was just making fun of her because that's usually what old people do and she's like everyone should be doing the vaccine for the flu? Really? Marchino! Okay, thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for the fucking hell. That's a very long relationship, Marquino. That's a very long relationship right there. You're doing it since 14 years? Oh my god. Who among you is doing the vaccine for the flu? The reaction for real? Mama Luisa, respect for the lady that makes all of this possible. True. Really? Oh. Sorry, Simo. Please don't do that, Simo. Don't. Didn't understand anything, but Italian sounds so cool. Thank you. You got your COVID vaccine? What do you mean? What do you mean vaccine and unintentionally? Did you get COVID, Cutford? Cutford, do you have COVID? Shit. Oh no. Shit, I'm so sorry. And it must be horrible to get that right before the holidays. You cannot see anyone. No, wait. Hold on a second. I'm starting to think. Okay, today I have. I don't listen, chat. Today I have no idea what's going on today. Today this is the situation. All right, these are my eyes today. Don't talk about cats. Don't talk about anything because I'm gonna cry easily today. But cat, for what if I come to meet you, so then I also get COVID and I have a good reason to not do anything. You know, like, what are you doing New Year's Eve? Nothing. I got COVID. Oh my god, I'm just staying at home. Oh my god, I would love that one. I knew you were gonna say something stupid. I would love that. Can we all meet at first place? I don't want to get COVID because I don't want to like pass it to my parents, and I want this fucking COVID to stop. But what if I just fake that I have it? What if I just fake that I have it? What if I fake that it's like... Jana, where are you? Let's get HIV to skip. No, I'm okay. Fuck this shit. It got to a new level. It got to the very wrong level. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to get like this. What did I say that I wanted to do? I wanted to do something. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you like things for Notion. So, among the many things that are gonna happen for next days, Python is more easier to learn than Java. No, it depends. I think that it depends. Fake is so much better than real, yeah. Let's all get fake COVID and just stay at home saying that we have fake COVID. There is way too many expectations. How do you... Okay. Maybe for me, like maybe I'm a little bit biased about New Year's Eve, you know? Like... Okay, first question. How do you feel about your birthday, chat? How do you feel about your own birthday? And from there, like, we can continue the conversation, I think. You got a question? What is that, Brian? You don't care about your birthday at all. Alright. Worst day of the year by far? Shit. Just another day in the year. Very random topic. Yes, very random. I think it's overrated. I don't really want to work. Can I come to the stream? Yeah, sure. Come over here. Self-care, eat good meal. Yeah, just a normal day. If people want to celebrate it, I'm down, but I don't organize anything. Okay, just older than the day before. I care about it with a little bit of anxiety. Fair enough. Normal day. I just go where I'm told. Okay. What do you do as work? Are you a dev? I am not. Brian, if you do exclamation mark job, there is a command that will tell you. To be with friends that have dinner. Will I be doing some live in Italian? I don't know, Simo. Maybe in the future. Gee! Hi, Julie. How are you doing? How are you today? Were you able to go to the gym this morning? Nobody to spend it with. I wait for my money envelopes and then I'm cool. All right. Accept whatever anyone does for you. Okay. So, how do you feel about New Year's Eve? How do you feel also about New Year's Eve, about that one? What are your feelings towards that celebration? Worse than your birthday? Second worst day of the year? Same shit? Okay, chat. Put those two things together. Thank you for the train, by the way. I appreciate you. Put those two things together. How would you feel if... How would you feel if New Year's Eve was also your birthday? How shitty would you feel if that was the situation? You like the fireworks though? If they do it, yes. The trick is to always have no expectations no matter what. Yeah. I celebrated New Year's Eve in World of Warcraft 2 years ago. It was cool. Fair. You feel bad for those 31st and 1st January birthdays? Yep. Yeah, I feel bad for them too. I feel very bad for them too. New Year's Eve at my house. Ooh, I'm invited. Bexy, where is it? To be honest, I might come. Shut up. Propose me anything that is not too far away from me and I might come too, you know? Can! Fresh out of the bucks. Khan, thank you so much. Khan, thank you so much for the tier 1. Chat, give them a lot of sneak buzz. Give them a lot. Was I not invited to go to Rome New Year's Eve? Yes, but we still don't have anything to do. So if you are in Rome, tell me something to do. Carbonara party on the lake shore. Hi, Abby. Hello. You scammed us before, but you're allowed to come and have a party with us. Fair. True. Fuck. I scammed you so many times. I just realized, chat. I just realized that I scammed you so many times. Drunk G is sad drunk or mad drunk? Drunk G is like very like, you want to go there, let's go. You want to go over there, let's go. I'm more like hyped when I'm drunk. Yeah, I just realized. I'm sorry that I just realized that hi Costa. I just realized that I take a walk this morning. Now I'm cleaning their house because the evening of my birthday is cute. So like I just realized that I haven't gone to Portugal. I haven't gone to the Christmas markets. There's a lot of fucking shit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I didn't do those things that we achieved with the goals. I'm really sorry. I had as a new like thing, like I wanted to do all the things. I know. I scammed all the goals. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry about that. I haven't gone to Valencia. That was not a goal. Kanka, what is that? That was not a goal. Shut up. But something that I did not scam you for is the Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, we're doing it. We're doing Lord of the Rings, right? You know about it. We have it tonight. It was supposed to be at 9, but apparently chat decided to have it at 8. Because as you know, I have no power in this community. I kind of scammed last night. Listen, I'm sorry about last night. I had way too many things together. I thought I was going to be able to like manage them better, but I didn't. That is not the right position to work? What do you mean? I'm in the best position to work. I was there, but I was not like there. No power now. Hi, Maddie. Hello. But, what will I eat for Christmas? I have no idea, actually. Today's gonna be awesome. Yeah, today, second, you were there just to flame Bilbo. Bilbo sucks. Bilbo is a pain in the ass. But what I want to do like today with you is also like this. Let's... wait, I don't wanna scam stuff, which I will most probably do. Let me close this. Let me close this. All right. Where is it? This one. Oh, it went to the right one. It went to the right one. Let's go. But I wanted to have it on just on the app. Let's go. This one. I want this one to be on this one. Let's go. I want to like talk together about this one. Okay. Why are we planting still? Okay. No break bar. This one. I want to discuss about the goal, the things for the future. If you want to learn Notion, I'm using like a Notion. I did a video, that one, if you want to. And also I will be doing on the 2nd of January, and I really am very looking forward to that live because it's actually gonna be very useful for me too. We're gonna be doing like a New Year's resolutions together. You can't manage your life at best, you feel in danger, protect yourself using NordVPN. It protects your PC and therefore protects you too. And using StudyTime's promo code would access you amazing deals. Thank you for providing the prompt, Jake. Appreciate you. So like this is what we had for like this December. I have so many things that if you wanna NordVPN, that's my link right there. I should prepare something for your birthday too. What? And January is almost full too. Yeah, January, I have so many ideas for January. So, we can get rid of this. So, what I was thinking, I don't believe in New Year's resolution. If you to change, you need to start now. I agree with you. But what I like to do is like, I like to take this time to plan it. Not to plan it, but to the close things that I'm doing for this year, and there's like learn more what I did this last year, and just recap, you know. Thank you, Mr. Pumpkin. Don't forget it because I won't. Okay, Bexy. Will you forget about my birthday, Bexy? Anyway, so I was thinking, I would love tomorrow, like go out in the morning to go to the Christmas markets, to go ice skating, to get like last gifts. Like I have to get something for my sister, but I don't know what, and I'd love to go out with you to check them, so we can also do ice skating. This is Notion. If you wanna, this is the code. This is this is what I was thinking for tomorrow. But you saw yesterday. Yesterday, I don't know why stream stopped for no reason. For no reason yesterday. Like I checked with the tech. The tech people, which is my mom at home, and everything was working. So I don't know. I don't know what was wrong. I have no idea. I think we can just check back. We can try it again. Anyway, that one. Then on Saturday, I wanted to in the morning to cook something. Oh, it's Notion, Golden Boy. You can use it's Notion. I don't see talking about science with me. Are we? No, my mom doesn't know tech about more than I do. I just call her, I call her in a video call. And then I wanted to do something wait, is my mouse? Okay, I wanted to do something like cooking. Hi, Kristen. Hello. I wanted to cook something together, but at the same time, I know, my mother gets very, very anxious. Merry Christmas, Kristen. Happy holidays. She gets very, very anxious to have me streaming somewhere else apart from this room. So it's a bit complicated there, right? Until I won't have my own apartment, which looks further away. Hi, Air. Hello. Hi. Until then, I don't know what we're gonna be doing. We have the firefighter numbers in the middle of the Milan co-working office. Yep. It becomes a mess every time you move from your room. I agree. I know. I'm doing good at Crest. I hope you're doing good too. So that is the idea for the 24th. On the 25th, I will be staying with my family. Maybe you can expect a chill evening, a chill streaming evening, but very chill. Maybe it's not gonna happen, all right? It's gonna be more. Thank you for appreciating my outfit of the day. It's gonna be more something super chill, maybe it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna see if I eat too much or anything like that, and it's. But what are you gonna do on the 25th evening? Because to be honest. On the 24th, I will be with the side of the family, which is difficult for me to deal with. 25th at lunch, I'm gonna be at the other side of the family, having lunch, and then I have the evening, and it's I don't know. I to be honest, I'm gonna be staying with you as much as possible during these holidays. 25th, you can complain about them with us. Okay, I got you. How do you say which is the best pizza in Italy in italiano? Qual è la tua pizza preferita? That, Luigi, is that what you're asking? Usually I don't have nothing planned on the evening of Christmas. Then, okay, we can do something on the 25th. On the 26th, which is usually a very chill day, I was thinking about... Wait, no. I was thinking about having a puzzle competition, and also having the fresh out of the box. Ein how do you read your name? Ein Herrier. Thank you so much for the tier 1. Welcome in, newbie. Welcome. Did I see you in chat? Ein, what is your favorite number? Ein, what is your Ein Herrier? What is your favorite number? I'm crying. Wait, my eyes are leaking. 8. Okay, no, I saw you in chat. I have to checking on people if they. Well, not that much. You wrote once, ciao, and today. Okay. And thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you for the gift of Christmas. Then, hi Zeku, hello, hello. You're not, no, I'm not, I was not wondering you were a bot. I was not wondering you were a bot. I was just like, wait, I have a rule here. Like, if you, like, it's not like a rule, but it's more like, if you sub and I've never seen you in chat, I'm like, I need to scam you before you approving me and supporting, you know, like, but I appreciate you for being here. I really do, Ain. Thank you. So I wanted to, well, this is, chat, you are gonna have, like, listen, live, XX secret live, you already read it, alright? You already read that, okay, but it's, what? Just don't, imagine you don't know, alright? Imagine, I didn't know it was a secret. I didn't know it was a secret, alright? So,
I don't know what he laced. What is a vampire's favorite?
finish the sentence! That joke, finish them! What, I don't know, what is vampire's favorite fruit? I don't know. What?
You can't run through a campsite. It's hard to explain puns.
Yeah, why is it not finishing? Crescent, stop spamming the dad jokes.
Dad, I'm
Crest, stop spamming. Stop it. Stop spamming them. Mod's gonna stop. Stop it. Stop it. The application is Notion. That's the one. You can use the link that you find in chat. TTS is very quiet.
eclipse it.
Stop. Chat, why are you doing a mess now? Why are you doing an entire mess? Anonymous! Hi! Wait, is that on purpose? Hi G? Anonymous, thank you so much for the gifted one to Hi G, which is me. Thank you! Ear, by the way, hi, how are you doing, Eerie? How are you doing today? Anonymous, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you so much for the support. Really. Really, really. Stop it! Let's move on. So like on the 26th, I was thinking about having like some chill, like a chill day. A lot of people have a lot of channel points. Dina, I don't know. I was thinking about having a chill day. Like puzzle game. So like we're gonna be having like a puzzle and we're gonna all solve it together. And then I was thinking about doing also The Sims, where I'm gonna put like on that day, if you subscribe or if you gift a sub, you get one person on The Sims that is gonna be your concurrent. Yes, that makes sense. And you're gonna be playing in a house with a lot of people. And I'm gonna put all of you together, we're gonna see who dies first. Like, who dies last. And that person is gonna have VIP for a month. Yes. Inflation. Eyes are exploding and sneezing because of hay fever. No, you have hay fever. Shit. Is it? Are you allergic to your own hair? Because you know they look like hay. You know? Did you get it? Did you get the joke? Did you? Hey, did you? Okay, never mind. That's fine. Okay. No, it's okay. All right. Going on. I wanted to also like something that I wanted to do is also to take you to the Christmas village, which is a shop here in Italy, like here in Verona. That is full of like things with Christmas. I think that soon I will have to open the door to Floyd. And I want to take you there. And I thought it was going to close with Christmas, but it's actually going on until like January. So we can have the Christmas village on the 28th or 27th. I don't know. One of these 2 days. Zeta is a Notion. It's Notion. This one. Notion. That one. That is the one. I use it. I think it's in Bussolengo. I think so. So I wanted to go one of these 2 days. I'm gonna take you there with the live IRL. You know? Metal! That's my mom. Metal! Wait. Hey, mommy.
Apri Digli che sta venendo su.
Okay.
Ciao.
Ciao. Meta, thank you so much. Wait, let me open the door to the doggo. Wait. Wait.
Hello.
All right. So, Metal, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 5 months. I appreciate you. You're actually like you subscribe together, Jake and Metal. That's cute. They're cute. Cute. But Kustovskin's glass. What is that pumpkin? I have no idea what that is. Totore! Why so many new? Why so many new? Totore, thank you so much for the prime. Totore, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you for among all the people out there, you choose to give the prime to us. I appreciate you. So what was I going to say? Do I speak Spanish? A little bit. I learned during the middle school. And the calendar, this one is not connected, like Notion is not connected to anything like Google Chrome. But for those things, like to have like synchronize the calendar, I usually use Akiflow. Like so that I have multiple calendars in there. I wanted to show it to you, but it's okay. It is working. I cannot show you because there's maybe too many things that I cannot tell you. Yes, there's too many things that I cannot show you. But yeah, that's I use Notion. I use Akiflow for the merging things. I use this one more for like project management, you know. See you later, Metal. See you later. Me llaman el tigre italiano. ¿Por qué? What? Me llaman tigre. Bisu. So the idea is like to go on the 28th to the Christmas village all together. And then on the 29th we have a secret stream. 29th we have a secret stream. Woo! Oh, I wonder what that is. I wonder what that secret stream is. Oh my god. And then I don't know what to do on the 27, 28. I was supposed to have like one day off to go to the mountains, but I'm not going anymore. So we can have something else during these days for sure. Yeah, it was my day off. Just take a day. No, it's fine. It's fine. Trust me, Ashk. Trust me. I'm more than okay like this. I'm more than okay like this. I'd like to be with you a little bit. And then looking at January, I wanted to have the pasta. Like I wanted to build like to cook pasta with a friend of mine that is a very good chef. A very good cook, but we will see. But for sure, wait, let me not on the second, but for sure on the second we have this one, and I think that this one is really really important. Okay, you cannot attend to any of the other things, but this is really really cool. This is really gonna be really really cool. This is like we're gonna do the New Year's resolutions, and I also have a template. I made a template that we can all use together. The calendar, this one is so useful. The calendar by Notion, it's really really useful. We're gonna like talk about calendars in a second. MasterChef Lounge come back. I know you're better in resolution. That's why the resolutions one that I plan to do is like it's gonna be more like a stress releaser. It's gonna be a lot about like dreaming about stuff and what we'd like to do, and also like I want to do something with you. I saw a video about how gonna upload a sexy Notion photo to Instagram. Sexy. It's the one that I use for the Milan Games Week. I also have a calendar on Akiflow. I use Akiflow more for like daily tasks and to remember to do things, and I use Notion for more for project management and planning. On the second, you will be on your way from London. It's okay. It's okay. Hi, Delirious. Hello. How are you doing? So like the idea is like I want to do something with you, which is the portfolio of investment of the energies. I don't remember. I saw a video, very very cool video. Wait. I want to bring back my old screensaver because I missed that. Change wallpaper. Sorry. Amateur can fucking suck it. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Oh, no, the other screen. I want to show the other screen, I think. No, it's not. It's fine. It's not like you cannot see. Oh, there we go.